All right, so here we go. How are you? It's Jeff, and I decided I wanted to start doing a video vlog every day. I have no idea why. It just seems like so many people are doing it, so I thought I'd jump in on the craze. But anyway, so I thought I'd discuss some of the things that my wife Zulie and I have had in our life-changing event of moving to the New York City area a little over a year ago. Now, you have to know, when we first got here, it was not that great. And yes, I know there are so many people out there, and you just think to yourself, oh, how awesome it would be to live in New York City. Well, let me just say that if you're coming from another part of the country, it feels like you are in another country. And if you look at the distance, we moved here from Texas a little over a year ago. You could see the distance actually is in other countries as far away as an entire different speaking language country. But anyway, the first thing that really drove us nuts here was the commuting. Commuting here is different than anything you could even think to imagine living in a place like Dallas, Texas, which is where we moved from. In Dallas, we lived about 25 miles away from where I worked at the radio station there, KISS FM. It took me about 30 minutes to get to work every day from 25 miles away. Here, I live in Hoboken, New Jersey. I work in Midtown Manhattan, about a mile away. And that's, I guess, nautical miles, because if you look out the window at the front part of my apartment, you could probably see where I work. But anyway, so actually, I think driving-wise, it's about 3.1 miles. Okay, so we'll use 3 miles. 3 miles. Now, the time it takes to travel those 3 miles, if you were to go by car, probably half an hour to 45 minutes. It's insane. You have to go through the Lincoln Tunnel, and just that part alone, just sitting in the traffic at the Lincoln Tunnel will take you at least half an hour. So it's not what you want to do. You want to take public transportation. It's a different world when you've never lived in a place where public transportation is king. So anyway, I went through this major catastrophe a little over a year ago. It was a day not much different than today, snowing outside here in Hoboken, New Jersey. Actually, it was a lot colder that day, and I had gotten home, and I think I lost my mind, because I started saying to my wife, what are we doing here? Why did we move here? I walk 5 minutes in freezing cold temperatures, and when I say freezing cold, nothing like in Texas where when it gets below 50 it's cold. Try more like 17 degrees cold. And I'm walking 5 minutes, and the wind is blowing, and the wind chill is about 1. And then I go and I stand on this train platform, and if you've ever been to this part of the country and you have to stand outside on a train platform, for some reason the wind blows at about double the speed what it is in normal areas. So I'm standing there for another 10 minutes in this 17-degree wind chill 1, and I'm just standing there, freezing to death. Then I get on a train where it's 80 degrees inside. Why do you have the heat on? I've got 12 layers of clothing on, and I've been freezing outside. I don't need 80 degrees. So now I get inside, it's 80 degrees, and I'm sweating to death, all right, for 5 minutes on this train ride, which was on the light rail. So then I get off the light rail. It's 17 degrees, and the wind is blowing, and it's a 1-degree temperature feel and all this other business. So I'm freezing again. To walk 5 minutes into what's called the PATH station here. You go downstairs, you get onto this train, it's like a subway into the city, and blah, blah, blah. It's 85 degrees now on the PATH train, okay? And by the way, at this point, we're talking about 20 minutes into my commute. Again, it's only 3 miles away, so about 20 minutes into the commute, and I'm miserable at this point. So I get into the PATH station, I get on the PATH train, and it's 15 minutes at 85 degrees. 85 degrees to go all the way, and it's packed. It's like sardines in there, and you want to take your coat off, but you can't. Where are you going to put it and all this? It's miserable. So then I get into the city, 33rd Street, go upstairs, where it's 17 degrees again, and the wind chill is 1. And in the city, the wind whips in through between the buildings, and it's insane. And I'm thinking to myself at this point, why am I here? I could be in my car right now in Texas, driving 30 minutes to get to where I work, and it's not a big deal. But no, I decided I wanted to work in New York City. So here I am. And I got home that day, and I thought to myself, I am ready to pack up all of my stuff right now and I'm ready to move back home to Texas because this is absolutely insane and miserable. However, we actually kind of like it here now. We've gotten to the point where it's not so bad. There are things that you can do here that you can't do anywhere else in the United States of America, at least when you put them all together. Things that happen in the city. They don't have Central Park in Dallas, Texas. You can't drive an hour from Dallas and go skiing in the winter. You can't drive an hour in Dallas and go to the beach in the summer. So there are some pros to living in the New York City area. There are things that happen here that don't happen anywhere else in the country. Rockefeller Center, they light the Christmas tree. I don't know that there's anything that necessarily happens that's that cool in Dallas this time of the year. So, we've actually gotten to the point where we kind of like it here. But then there are the other parts that you kind of get frustrated with. For example, when we lived in Texas, we lived in a 3,200 square foot house. It was 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and 3-car garage, and we lived up in Prosper, this area just north of Dallas, and it was beautiful, and you felt like you were living that all-American life and blah, blah, blah. And then we moved here into an apartment that's about 1,000 square feet. It says it's 3 bedrooms. The room that I'm in right now is actually my home studio. And the reason we like this place was because this bedroom is so small, that the acoustics are pretty good in here. Because this 3rd bedroom is 7 by 10, 7 feet wide. I can almost reach across the room by 10 feet deep, okay? So this is the upgrade in life that we decided to have when we came to New York City. So yeah, we love it here now. And we're about to go into 2010. Very excited about the prospects that the new year will bring us and all of that. So that's all I got. Have a wonderful, happy new year from the Miles family in Hoboken, New Jersey. See ya.